Hey, what's up, everybody? This way. Trying some new stuff over here. We'll see if it works out in a little bit. So I didn't try to read some of the comments as we were starting it up, but yeah, what's up, Nate? What's up, Dimitri? So you guys are finally getting blasted there in Toronto. We're kind of getting the opposite. We got some snow last night, but it was in the mid 30s today. A lot melted, and I think it's not getting below the 30s tonight. Well, so about freezing if we're talking Celsius, because I know we got some metric weather guys in here. What's up, Michael and Rock? Adrian, what's up? Pudgy's in here tonight. Michelle, where are we riding? Anyone care to share plans for when the weather breaks? Yeah, my plan is just to get back out there in general, but I'm hoping tomorrow. Tomorrow will actually be my first ride in exactly 2 weeks if I get out, as long as we get decent weather. So, what's up, Bradley? John? Oh, you haven't been on since December 24th, Dimitri. Yeah, so even longer than I have. Yeah, even longer than me. I finally, so after my back was hurt and then we got that freezing cold weather, then I got really sick last week. Not really sick, but just a cold that was too bad to feel like getting out. Uh, you could tell probably sound a little off. I feel totally fine now, but it's that typical thing I found as I get older. Like symptoms just linger even after you're better. So don't have much of a cough, but just still a tiny bit of congestion. So, but so of course yesterday I had a big photo shoot, carrying my camera all day. Got home, sitting there watching some YouTube before I went to bed, and I must have pulled a different muscle in my back. So, not a big deal compared to like when I tweak my back and it's nerve pain and all that, but pretty just uncomfortable, kind of like between a shoulder blade. And I actually had to take Advil to get to bed last night. So it's always one thing after another. So PA, you got a balmy 44 today. Yeah, I think we have some of that coming. Our weather looks like it's going to be a mess as it kind of goes up and down and everything. So yeah, we had crazy. What? Yeah, Nate, you're in Toledo, right? So yeah, we had this same kind of crazy wind that started last night. Hey, what's up, Clunky? Bought some bike parts today to work on a couple builds during this hibernation season. Yeah, I thought I'd get into more by now, but I haven't. I don't know. Well, I guess the downtime I had was I was hurting, so I couldn't really uh, do anything. I couldn't, and I was trying. Even when I was sick, I did a really good job of not doing a lot. That's not easy for me. I typically just always want to be doing something. But Friday and Saturday, I really did make myself relax. I unfortunately had to miss a couple shoots. Um, really annoying, but that's how it is. But I did make myself lay low and not run around and do a bunch of stuff. So I think it helped. I I can't believe how quick I felt better. So which is good because I had 3 shoots this week. So yeah, Dimitri asked about off topic. Do you ever think about doing multi streaming to Twitch? I have, and I've tried a couple OBS plugins, and they haven't worked with my Twitch account. But I streamed to Twitch years ago just to test it out. So I think it's actually the way I'm setting up my OBS with Twitch is my problem, and I need to look back into it. I would like to figure it out too if I do use Moblin and try and do some IRL like bike streams again. So I don't know. We'll see as the weather gets nicer. I've had no desire to really do that in the cold. So. Developing roles you've had since 2019. Yeah. What's up, Hog Dog? Stream Elements just came out with an OBS plugin. Huh. I'll look into that. Stream Elements versions. Yeah. What's up, Chris Sigmund? Cold there again. What's up, Whiskey Six? How you doing? RMC, what's up? Oh, you got the new shirt? Awesome. I have a couple, if anyone's in here who has emailed me about international orders, I've sent out a couple, but I just haven't gotten to doing the other ones. Because thanks to you guys, I've just had a lot of orders, so I've pretty much just been working on getting the ones that have come in, and I need to email you guys back about the international stuff. I just haven't done it. So finally got a derailleur you've been looking for, a Suntour Lepre, 3 pulleys. Huh. I'll have to check that out. What's up, Dennis? What's up, Donald? You said the Cincinnati bike trails are mostly clear. Yesterday, when I went to my photo shoot, I crossed over the hike and bike twice, 2 different sections of it, and they were both completely still covered in snow. So, right now is kind of annoying that the trails are all packed down and covered in snow, but the roads are clear. So it's like, what do you ride if you want to go out for a ride and do both? You know, if you're not going to be parking at the bike trailheads, which I never do. So, Main Outdoors asked if I do any other exercise besides the bike. Actually, I mean, the last 2 weeks I've just been doing hikes and walks. I don't know if you consider the hiking I do exercising. I mean, any walking obviously is, but yeah. No, I used to run a lot, and I can't because I just find that it inflames my sciatica. Triggers it really bad. So, not so much. I do stretching and little exercises in the evening and like stuff to core strengthen. So some sit-ups, but little things just to try and keep the sciatica away. So, what's up, Cycling Brian? Are these the triple derailleurs?
The triple pulley, yeah.
Let's see if this works. Oh yeah, can you make one of them big?
I don't know how to do
that. What if you click on it?
It just takes me to some Japanese website.
Really, with that image search? Oh yeah, do open link and new tab. No, that won't do it.
That won't do it, but that should pop up.
Oh yeah. So the thing we were trying to test as we were getting the intro going is having Dave be able to pull up stuff that I'm talking about. The problem is it's going over the internet connection in this basement, which we found sometimes comes in clear, but as you can see right now, the connection's a bit slow, so there, just popped in a lot better, but, huh. Yeah, I've never seen that one before. Is it just like making it a longer cage derailleur, basically?
I'm trying to picture the what would the route of the chain be?
Yeah, I need to see one on a bike. Yeah. Hog dog's out snow blowing. FSM Photo said, looking forward to a new long ride on the W and OD or C&O trail. Nice. I think I'll be able to get out here in Youngstown this weekend, Bob said. The salt around here is absolutely nuts. Yeah, just got to hose the bikes off. I mean, yeah, the roads are absolutely like white with salt. I wonder if that one, does that one show the routing? That red one? Hey, what's up, Wild Monkey? I was just, I don't know how far behind I am in the chat. Just saying, I do know I got an email from you, which I'll get to hopefully late this week.
Yeah, that's not the same derailleur.
Yeah, something different. Yeah, get all my stuff out of the way in the winter for sure. Hopefully, that's what I was saying. At least that bad back hit during the absolute like worst weather. But we'll see. What's up, Blaine? What's up, John from the PNW? Dry and cold, huh? Richard out in Las Vegas. Probably pretty nice out there right now, I'd guess. 54 in DC. Why is the East Coast has been so much warmer than we've been? You guys haven't been getting this. I know you got a little bit of it, but yeah, we've just been so much colder. Is that it? Where would the third wheel be though?
No, that's not.
That's just a later one. Gone riding. You've been off the bike since fall, recovering from shoulder surgery. Yeah, I was curious if anyone else wants to throw it in there. What's the longest? What's the longest you guys have gone without riding? For me, like going on this 2 weeks is I've got to think it's up there since I started riding through the winter. So 5-6 years. I think it has to be about the longest. I don't know. I know because when I really hurt my back with sciatica, that had to be longer than a couple weeks. Because I remember there was a week where when I really, really first tweaked my back, I couldn't even barely walk for a week. So I must not have been on the bike for 3 or 4 weeks actually. What's up, Raymond?
I thought that last time though you found that riding the bike kind of loosened it up.
Yeah, there was the last time I did keep riding, but the one time that I really tweaked it, I couldn't even like throw a leg over. And I was worried that if I did and I needed to bail, I wouldn't be able. I would just have to fall. So. Kiatonda, how's it going? John Potts said Terry B just did a video on how he streams. Yeah, I'm already aware of how he does it though from just watching the live streams. He's talked about it a ton. Again, like the thing that I have a couple questions, but I obviously do not have 4 different connections. He was doing it through 4 different cell phones, but yeah, I'm looking at trying to do it with just 2. But I've done the stream through Moblin. I've done an IRL stream, actually a couple. So, what's up, Matt Ford? How you doing? Mass produce. Yeah, and one of the reasons that I would be considering it, like I never really thought about like streaming from the bike until Moblin came out and I saw him using it, because that makes it so you don't need to buy a bunch of expensive equipment and you don't need to pay for other third-party apps, because I figured out how instead of using remote servers I could just ping the signal back to my home and then send it up. So yeah, nerdy stuff that most people probably aren't interested, but talk about more if I ever get out there and do it again. So what's up, Mark Day? Sim 7. Michelle, you said you have 2 indoor setups: road bike on a trainer and a small stationary bike. Huh. Yeah, and that's one thing I could have done the last week is set up my trainer and ridden it a little bit. I just haven't felt like it. I just feel like, I don't know. In years past I would have. This year I've just been like, I'm going to wait till I could ride my bike for real. Lots of ice and snow around DC. Yeah, it's great. I think today was the first day where I saw like any grass anywhere here. But yeah, like my lot out back is still like packed with snow and ice. So split board? What is split boarding? Is that like a skiing type thing? I may split board more not than I want to, but you can't stay on the resorts anymore. Is that thing where you like, is that Decline did, where you like, you make the snowboard into a walking thing and then you go down like off trails? Can't remember. What's up, Michigan Biker? I know, need fiber internet for sure. It's horrible around here. Our internet sucks. Spectrum is just horrible. My upload times are awful. And they basically said there's nothing they could do about it. Oh, Michigan Biker, you're at work. Salty Rider, you're not at work. Oh, it is that kind of thing. The split boarding. Have you ever seen this? You like? Don't you like?
Not in real life. I've seen, like outdoor videos where they're using that.
It seemed like a real process, because then you have to like stick stuff to the board. Like.
What do you mean?
Then you take it off. I think you like stick sticky stuff to the, when you have it split, you walk up the hill, then you have to take that off, then you put the board together, then you go down, right? That when I watched Dustin Klein do it, I'm like, this is way too much work.
I thought they were more like cross country skis kind of.
Yeah, I there's probably more than one style, but
I don't know. We're gonna get sidetracked. You're like way behind
already.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll get us caught up. Wayne, you said you got 20 miles in and got caught in a squall. if I'm on my way home and the roads don't get too dangerous, sometimes it can be fun. The first snow of the year was like that. We were out at a bar getting dinner, and then on a ride home, the it started snowing, but it wasn't sticking enough that made it treacherous. So it was kind of fun. But yeah, it just depends. Grand Rapids to Cadillac. Steve Peddle said hello from mid Michigan. No wind this morning, so you went out for a sunrise ride. Yeah, I thought about riding today when I got home from my shoot, and then I just had too much to do, and I'm like, you know what? What's one more day after it's been 2 weeks? So for us in Denver, the ice sticks around. Danny said, been a few weeks since you've been on the bike. Oh, you dislocated a thumb, Astro Pup. Wow. Had a soft fall on the fat bike, but your thumb landed on the side of a log. Of course, it's your shifting thumb. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, Pudgy. Winter asthma and these cold temps. I forgot about that. Yeah, we walked over to the bagel shop. That's what I'll call it. So I call Duncan the bagel shop.
I was gonna ask, where's there a bagel?
Yeah,
shop?
I don't know why I said that. I was just picturing a everything bagel. But we walked over to Duncan when he was in town. Yeah, got to hear the asthma attack hit him. Last week was single digits in New York and New Jersey. Yeah, I remember you guys got that right after us. Yeah, for right now, lifting won't be what I'll be doing. But when I'm healthy, I could see like doing stuff like that to help build strength. But yeah, I do more like repetitive, like lightweight stuff with my back. But because again, just carrying my camera all day yesterday. I mean, granted, it's not just a camera; it's lighting equipment and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, set me off again. So, what's up, Mushroom Hill? Yeah. Well, at least I did see it. So, Brett, you've been 4 weeks off with a fractured hip. Yeah. Wow, that that actually doesn't seem bad for a fractured hip. I'd have to say. I mean, I've never had one, but Eric said when your kids were born, you couldn't find time to ride for 6 weeks or so. Michigan biker said nut cancer sent me on a 10-week pause, but bonus better saddle engagement. Salty Rider said yoga treats sciatica. Yeah, I mean, I have a routine of stretches. I know everyone's always trying to help, but I do have, like, every time I talk about it, I have all the back advice I will ever need. I promise you guys that. And not that it isn't appreciated, but yeah, no one's going to tell
Maybe
me
you
so.
should do some of it so your back doesn't keep getting better.
That's the whole thing. Like I said, like over the holidays, obviously, I kind of dropped off with
Right.
everything going on, and then I got back into it in mid-January, and of course, that's when I tweaked my back, and it's probably because I, had not been keeping up on my stuff. But it's also it becomes real hard to do that stuff when you're feeling well, and I know that, and that's why I try and keep up on it. But I don't know. I hate like sitting there and stretching and doing the little things. I know I have
That
to.
seems so stupid.
Yeah,
The tiny little movements and right.
and it's boring. It's like if I'm going to do exercise, I want to go ride my bike, but I know it's something I have to do, So, but FSM said it's been about a month since you've been on the good ride. Tonight rode around for about 10 minutes. That's what I was almost thinking of doing tonight, just getting out and like riding downtown and riding home, but just didn't end up doing it. But yeah. Used Bike said these bicycle salespeople really know how to get you to buy stuff you don't need for a lot of money. I think most here don't even need a bike salesman to get us to do that. So, said you were sick for 3 weeks around Christmas. Yeah, that's what I'm amazed by. That I thought this cold was going to last much longer. Like I said, symptoms just kind of drag as you get older, but really only had 2 bad days. Me and Aaron actually went for a hike on Sunday. I didn't go and like do anything else because I didn't want to be around people and spread it around. But yeah, Terry's using 3 mobile carriers. Yeah, my thing would be to test it out a couple times with just one, see what kind of connection I had around here, and then also see what kind of how much I was enjoying it and how much you guys were enjoying it before I'd invest in all that. So, Dennis, you said you've gone almost a year without riding your bike, and the longest was 3 years. Ah, I guess I guess I've gone really long times before I got back into riding around 2015 when me and Dave worked on the farm. I mean, I wouldn't ride all season, and then I'd ride a couple times until the weather turned, and then I wouldn't ride till the spring. So, back, and that the years I was working on the farm, I was probably only riding my bike 10 times a year. I guess so. I was more, so there's been long stretches of my life, but uh, where I've barely ridden. But since I've been back into cycling about 10 years, uh, two, three, 3.5 weeks has like been the longest gaps. What's up, Wes? Have to develop houses for slick salespeople. Thanks, Wes. It is improving. I definitely, it feels pretty good on the like nerve level, and then, like I said, yesterday I pulled a muscle higher up in my back, which is a totally different thing. So. Oh, so you guys were saying with the split skiing, so you kind of cross country ski up. Split boards was not on the bingo card tonight. Hey, Mike. I mean, did anyone have a metric temperature last last week? What happened? My chat, like, hang on. Oh, part of it went black. It was 60 here in the Bay Area. Oh, wow. That's brutal. Glute strain here and haven't ridden in a few weeks, unfortunately, Mike said. Yoga chat live? Do you want... Would love a video on what I do to avoid sciatic issues. Well, I don't think that'd be a very good...
Not very informational.
Yeah, I think you want to go somewhere else for that, obviously, because I haven't avoided sciatica. That's one of the things people have asked me about, certain things like training for bike tours, nutrition stuff, this kind of thing. And like one of the reasons I don't do it is because I'm usually following others' advice, and when it comes to a lot of that stuff, I don't think I'm necessarily doing it right. So, like, I do what, and again, like, people ask about like training, it's just like I always say it, I just ride my bike all the time. When people ask about eating, it's like nutrition, I'm like, I don't do anything special. I just make sure I am fueled. If that means stopping by the gas station and getting a Snickers bar, that's what it is for me. So I obviously don't eat like that at home, but a friend shattered his hip here in Tokyo, lost the back wheel just riding around a corner, and that finished his cycling life. Jeez. Whiskey 6, if I was streaming in real life right now using Moblin, I'd use this camera, which is the DJI Pocket 3, because that's what works with that app. So DJI's action cams do too, but I don't have one. I use GoPros, so I would use this camera. Oh, Rock, you said you were 30 years off before you got back into it. Yeah. I mean, I kind of feel like, yeah. I mean, I almost feel like I kind of took a decade off, but I would still ride when I got the chance, so I wasn't completely not riding. Oh, Wes, you finally got out on your Bombora. Nice, couple 20 milers. Yeah. Gotta ask if we were discussing metrics. How Tim stays fit, Swatter. I got the video title right there. That's pretty good. Yeah, that sucks. Breaking a hip. Well, that just proves that the other guy just being off for 3 weeks was lucky. Spinal decompression therapy cured your sciatica for a good 7 years. Yeah, I will be avoiding surgery at all costs. I get that it works for some people, but that is something I am not trying to do. So yeah, for me, it's going to be about really staying up on the core strengthening. And the last few days, I've gotten back to doing some of it. Once I start to feel a little uncomfortable, I've stopped. So I'm working my way back up. I am on top chat, and I'm going to switch to live chat now and see what happens. See what I've missed.
No, you got it.
Oh, nice. Wow. That's amazing.
You didn't really miss that much.
Yeah. I can't believe I forgot to switch that. I haven't forgot to switch that in a long time. Well, I guess I did last week, but I caught it earlier. Yeah, thanks, Dennis. It's weird because I feel like there's a number of different problems that are going on, which makes it hard to know exactly what to do about my back. Like I said, it's usually like I usually just don't get like sciatic nerve pain. It's like I do something, like I said, like I tweak, like I pinch something in my back. My back's uncomfortable. I can't do any of my other routine exercises, and then as my back gets bad, sciatica comes on. That's what I was really worried about this time. One thing that's helped me, and this is my good friend Kyle, his brother is a physical therapist, physical trainer down in Florida and works with a lot of athletes. He had told me when I tweak my back and it's hurting, then it's nerves, to use ice, and when I'm feeling fine, that's when heat is better, because I had been using the heating pad a lot, which felt like it's keeping everything loose. And so I don't know if that is something that has helped my back feel better quicker, but I feel like it has, because the last 2 times I've been off a little bit. Every time I sit down for like lunch or in the evening, I've been putting the ice packs on like the lower back, and I feel like it has helped a lot. I just taken down, I guess, the inflammation, because that's what's going on there. And then yeah, like with this, what I did yesterday, for that I was putting the heating pad on because I could tell it's all muscle, and so just trying to loosen it up that way. And also, one thing I want to do with this is take one of the racket balls and try and massage that knot out of there that I could tell is there. I just haven't had the chance to do it yet. So, but again, yeah, I am not a my advice.
This is not medical
yeah,
advice.
this is not medical advice. Where'd everyone go? I'm not used to having to talk. Oh wait, now everything popped down. That's weird. Huh. Yeah, that was weird. My chat wasn't moving, but the chat was moving. So. Oh yeah, Cycling Brian. I remember you telling me that you get injections. Yeah. Would I get a tandem bike so Dave could still be part of the stream? That'd be awesome. He'd be back there with his MacBook, like balanced precariously. I only tried to get on a tandem once, and Dirty River had one, and I can't remember if it was Ben or whatever on the front. And I jumped on the back, and the second the pedals kept moving, I was like, "Oh hell no!" And I jumped right off.
Oh, that's tough. I rode around with Brad down at the farm.
Oh, yeah.
Ain't no joke.
It's weird. Yeah. I mean, like, I only tried it for a minute, but it was like the times I've jumped on someone's fixed gear, and I'm like, try to like, I just can't do it. Like, so. Or when I accidentally put my what do you call those? A flip flop HUD. One side is single speed with the freewheel. One side is fixed. Got it flat, and I put it back on fixed and tried to ride down my parking lot. I'm like, no, now's the time. I'll learn how to ride fixed. And then I tried it like three pedal strokes, and I'm like, this freaks me out so bad. And I just popped it back off and flipped it around. So, what's up, mountain biker boy? Oh, decompression. I thought spinal decompression therapy. I gotcha. In my mind, I read that as surgery. Gotcha. I don't know. I've been to a number of different chiropractors. I haven't really felt like any of.
It's set up some heel hooks off the rafters and just hang there.
Yeah, my buddy Aaron, who has a bad back, told me that's what I should do. That I should hang. That it really helps him. So. Wow, Monkey said working out, watching this, home bench and dumbbells, squats, good for riding, help stop sciatica. Yeah, I do. I don't do them with weights, but I just do like basically squats, deep knee bends, and stuff like that. I've done that for years too. Spinal decompression is where you hang upside down. I was watching. Was that a probably riding video where he stopped at like a little workout station along the bike path, and it had like an inversion table that he was using? I think so. Yeah, a bike path he rides along the river there. Yeah, Chris has said as someone who's undergone 9 surgeries in the last 12 years, I could highly recommend avoiding surgery as long as possible. Yeah, I just everyone I know who's had back issues then had a surgery. It just feels like that only goes down the road of more surgeries. And you know, I've just like uncles, people who like worked like I don't. I've just never met anyone who's been like, oh, I had a back surgery and now I'm fine. It's like I had a back surgery, then I had 5 more back surgeries. Ah, Edmund's entered the chat. Mountain Biker Boy, you got some old school trail riding in the last frozen weekend? Yeah, I've missed all the. I haven't got out. I've wanted to get out in the snow on the mountain bike trails. I guess the last couple days around here they were pretty good. I just saw some people's photos from Hampton and Strava's, and it looked like it was better. I think it was not good for a little while there. But oh, by the way, Dave, the next day, the Metro Parks after our stream had updated their Twitter account. Did you have anything to do with that?
No, but I did.
Oh, really? You did?
I did set something else off. That was, I think, coincidence.
Oh, really? Because Dave, Large sent me a screen cap. He's like, looks like Dave went to work.
Kinda. I set something in motion that has turned into a big ordeal.
Oh, a big ordeal. Let's do tell.
No, the ball is rolling on getting that figured out. But no, it was closed because there were 3 big trees across the trail.
Oh, so it was closed for a while.
Yeah, so it actually was closed.
I have not tried hot yoga. And again, I haven't. I'll be honest, like I've never done like a yoga class or anything like that. But some of the stretches I do are yoga, basically. I mean, I've just never gone to like a yoga class to learn them. So, but no, I've never tried hot yoga. And same answer for you, Pudgy. Yoga hot. What's up, Gary? What's up, Billy Blaze? I think I might have. I probably told you guys this years ago, but when I was going to the one chiropractor, they were showing me all these stretches, and they were all yoga poses, but he wouldn't say their names, and I'm like, does he think that I'm like some like broy dude that if he calls it yoga, I'll be like, well, I'm not doing that. Like, I got that vibe from him that it was like he's not going to call it yoga because he thinks it would like, or he isn't willing to call it yoga or something like that. You know what I mean? But it was weird. It was also during COVID, and they told me I didn't need to wear my mask, and that annoyed me, so I stopped going there. But I was like, I know I don't need. Whatever. I put it on because I wanted to. Because you're gonna be all up in my business. What's up, Carly? Said looking for a good all-rounder bike for a bit of road and rail trail commute. Not a speed nutter, just want some joy and fitness. Yeah, the budget brands we usually recommend like for just like a good bike to like cruise around with some decently wide tires. State Bicycles, Fairdale. Poseidon? I think Bike Sauce just reviewed a bike they put out that was like $750, right? Yeah, I don't know. I definitely think like State and Fairdale are good brands that make bikes that can be built up in a number of ways that are pretty affordable and pretty chill. I always say if you have any idea of what you're into, used bikes are great, but if you don't know what you're looking for, that's not going to help you out, as Large always says. But I always feel like you get such a better deal getting something used, especially still now, because there's just still a glutton of bikes out there post-pandemic. But you guys should look into buddy bikes, side-by-side tandems. That would be hilarious. And then, well, could we have that and then the sidecar with Edmund on there? So. Mass Brutus said you were booking it downhill once and almost forgot you were on a fixed track bike and almost flew off the bike. Yeah. I I don't know how you could ever forget you're on a fixed bike. It's so yeah, but I've never gotten out of my own parking lot though. So Michelle, I have a video of riding the Erie Canal Trail. We didn't do Syracuse to Whitesboro though, because I think that's past where we went. We rode to Syracuse, then broke off and went to the Finger Lakes. But if you do go to my channel and go to the search bar at the top and type in Erie Canal, there's a few videos that have made riding it out there. So I have tons of rail trail videos because we've done Ohio to Erie a number of times. So and I ride the rail trails around here all the time. So what's up, Chuckles? It's funny you say that. Last night, with the way my back was feeling before I took some Advil, it's one of those things where I felt like I want someone to punch me in the back so hard right now. I don't cross country ski. People do. This winter, especially, I've seen cross country skis on the trails. But like last winter, there wouldn't have been a. I don't think you would have been able to do it at all. I got a pair of cross country skis here from the photographer who used to lease part of the studio from me. But the boots it came with were really small, and it's like an old style binding. And I started to look into it, and then that was a few years ago, and we haven't got any more snow. I'm pointing over here because they're literally leaning up against the wall in the corner, but behind Dave. But yeah, it's something I think would be fun to do when I'm not biking. I think me and Aaron did a trail uh, where that actually in the Cuyahoga Valley that had some pretty good hills, and I could see where the cross country skiers were going. I'm like, that would be a lot of fun. But the Plateau Trail. Oh, you're also looking for safety tips for riding the rail trails. Yeah, I've only ridden one in Florida, and it was the Tallahassee area. As I wanted to go and see the coast the one day. I was working down there and extended the trip by a day. But definitely, when you talk about safety, it would definitely going to some kind of class to learn how to fix a flat so you don't end up stranded out there. So yeah, having the right tools and knowing how to fix a flat to me are like really the number one thing for going out on like a bike ride, especially solo. Uh, I don't know, safety as a woman. If you feel like you're unsafe, there's the obvious stuff of mace or pepper spray. I don't know if you feel you need that. I can't answer to that, but yeah, definitely. Oh, two different people were asking those questions there. Yeah, I combined you in my mind, Carly and Michelle, with those questions. But oh, probably Riding did do the inversion table on one of his videos. I thought so. Use bikes you've been off for a few weeks too. Yoga fire, yoga flames. Is that hot yoga? Yeah, I agree that they're. Uh, I don't know about all body pain. I mean, I think there probably are times when, you know, people do need surgery, but usually that's from an accident or serious injury, break a bone. Uh, I'm gonna have that set by a doctor, but yeah, like I said, I have stuff that I feel like has worked for me when I keep up on it. Some stuff I've taken from advice you guys have given me, some stuff that I've kind of taken from going to the chiropractors. So it's about maintaining, which I'm not always the best at. So swimming or floating in water, yeah, is that a that was a spider I just smashed. I, again, I know that would work, but I know I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to have a membership or go to a pool or anything like that. I don't like going to gyms. Anything I'm going to do is going to be here at home or out on the outside. So, Aaron let me borrow a tens unit, and I tried it, and they used it on me too. I didn't get much relief from it, but and that's the other thing. I know people have stuff that works for them, and they. I'm not saying you're this whiskey six, but some people are like die hard on this worked for me. You got to try it. It's like everybody's different, and everyone's problems are different. That's why I'm willing to try a lot of different things. But Primos bikes out of Portland under a grand worth checking out. Yeah. Oh, they're there. Very. See if they pop in a little. There it goes. Nice. Oh, like $800. Yeah. Yeah, I wonder. Did I would think if you're just gonna do some commutes too, I'd probably want to go like flat bars or sweet bars or something. But I'm guessing most of these brands would also have an option with that. Ah, yeah, I wasn't familiar with them. That's pretty. That's really affordable, in line with like State or something. Yeah, they have like 3-pack mounts and everything. Nice. Buy a T-shirt.
So, yeah, I don't get this. It should be only sharing that window.
Yeah.
I guess tabs would be different in that window. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever.
Ah, thanks, Christopher. Yeah, the Erie Canal is interesting because I said this in the video we made this summer. I assumed it was all going to be like it was between Buffalo and Rochester and just like a towpath, which I had ridden the first time on actually 32 millimeter tires downhill. But the sections we rode later, there were parts where I was definitely glad to have like wider tires on the bike. So, what's up, Papa Surf? Oh, who asked last week about was that Farley about if the canal freezes and it'd be rideable? Because the canal is totally frozen right now, and I've seen people ride it, and saw people out riding Summit Lake as well. Large sent me a picture of the canal over by Missing Falls, completely frozen. Forgot about that, but we were talking about that last week, and I'm like, oh yeah, I guess I've never seen it frozen, but apparently I maybe just didn't remember, but we haven't had a winter like this in a long, long time. So
You've seen people as in you guys were riding it?
well, not I wasn't there because I haven't been riding, but I've seen videos of my friends riding it basically. So fat tire biking, yeah, like I say it all the time. It's just this year would be a great year for towing a fat bike. Other years I wouldn't have ridden it at all, so I've held off on it. Yeah, the Empire State Trail. So the Erie Canal is part of it. But yeah, so we did a trip where we did what, Rochester to Buffalo, spent the night, then Buffalo back to Rochester. This summer we did Rochester to Syracuse, but then we dropped down through the Finger Lakes and did a number of days down there climbing the hills. And then when we were in Albany, we jumped out on parts of it, and when we were in the Hudson Valley, we jumped on the north-south part a little bit. But I do want to do a longer trip, like maybe up to Montreal, like our buddies Tony and Scott did, or going all the way down to New York City. So yeah, I've done a number of sections of it now, but I never past Syracuse, haven't connected a bunch of that stuff yet. Yeah, I have a foam roller as well that I actually feel like it helps a lot on my hamstrings and everything. But yeah, when my back's feeling good, I use it on there too. Hey, what's up, Jared? Yeah, totally planning on coming up for the Handmade Bike Show again in Ann Arbor. I have it on the calendar. Long as something extremely, you know, some kind of job that was super lucrative didn't come up, but maybe Dave would cover it. I do have one to ask you if you'll cover.
Oh God.
Maybe it is that weekend. No, I think it was when we were going to go to Gunk's Not Dead. I got asked about one. I got to remember to email that to you and see if you're around. It's at the art museum. Good night, used bikes. Hope you feel better. Yeah, they're the same in that part. The Empire State Trail. I always say this, and some people disagree with me. I don't like the name trail for collections of trails or routes. It should be the Empire State Route because some of it's on the road. It's a number of different bike trails, but the Erie Canal is considered part of the Empire Trail. Just like here, we have the Ohio to Erie Trail. It's not a trail. it's a bunch of trails. You know, the Towpath Trail, a mile from here, is part of the Ohio to Erie Trail, but it's the Towpath Trail. It's the Ohio and Erie Canalway Towpath Trail. So I really don't like that naming scheme. I wish they would call it the Empire Route, the Ohio to Erie Route, because that makes way more sense. You know, Ohio to Erie has what, like 5 bike paths, a couple road sections. So, and yeah, the Empire Trail, same thing. It consists of a number of different bike trails and roads, but Chuck Rogers says only ice for 20 minutes at a time. Yeah, all the ice packs give you that warning. The whole thing is the ice pack is warm by then, so I've never. There's times where I've sat with it back there for longer, but it's not cold by then anyways. So. Also, I was trying to make my own ice packs for a while, and I ended up wet every single time. So, so Aaron finally ordered me a couple nice ones. Uh, Yeah, Baron. I didn't see those deals, but I really do like those new Albion, and yeah, they're basically Somas. I know a couple people who ride those, and they're cool bikes. Isn't the Wolverine almost the same bike, right? Hey, John. Yeah, we rode. Me and Large rode that section. I have a video about Poughkeepsie to Kingston. We stayed in Kingston for a week, and one day, Erin was going to do some. She was going to check out a little town, do some shopping, get some beer and cider, and she dropped Dylan off, and he did a crazy, turned out to be like a hike a bike up a mountain ride, and me and Ben did the section that you're talking about. We turned it into a loop though because there's a couple bike trails down there, so we didn't have to completely backtrack. And there's that really cool section where you get across the Hudson River on the old rail bridge, which was really really cool. I meant to. I do have Flickr open over here. I think. Let me copy the word Poughkeepsie because I think I have some cool photos of that. I don't. I must have them under Kingston. Anyways. Weed and Flexerol might help. If not, you'll still be in the pain, but at least you can enjoy a good movie with some snacks along the way. You know, it's funny. I think I've said this a number of times, but a dispensary is opened in my same strip of buildings here, and I have not been in there yet, which my younger self mine would be blown by that fact. But yeah, I don't know. Haven't been in the weed mood. I don't know. I just not that. I don't really enjoy it that much. If it's like dark and I'm riding bikes with friends, then like and someone offers me something and we're just on the way back and we're not stopping anywhere once in a while, but that's about it. So. Friend took a drink riding on a frozen canal in England a few years back. Had to fish his bike out. Got frostbite on his ring. Yeah, I don't know if I would do it. Like when I watch people riding across the lakes and stuff, I think I'm too much of a wimp for that. Like I don't know. It makes me. The thought of that is I don't know. The canals here are our canals are abandoned, so most parts of the canal you wouldn't go deep, and our canals were only 4 feet even when they were operational. But did I not? I thought for sure I'd. Oh yeah, there it is. This is the really cool rail bridge over the Hudson. That between that section that you guys were talking about, Kingston, and this is right outside of Poughkeepsie. Poughkeepsie. I don't know. You guys always. I never pronounce it right. Now I've got a thing about it and I can never remember. But yeah, really really cool. Yeah, we stopped at Millhouse Brewing in the city after crossing over. Oh, that's Kingston. So yeah. I thought I took a ton of photos. Oh yeah, then we came across a different bridge on the way back just to mix it up. Took the pedestrian path. But yeah, that's the bridge that is just a pedestrian and bike bridge now. Super cool. Oh yeah, on our ride back we went a different way, which was awesome. Like some of these views on this bike trail and past all the old concrete stuff. So yeah. Anywho, oh, Cycling Brian, you have a new Albion, a privateer. Nice. The real Mac Lean. Loved your video on the CNO and Gap Trail. Definitely planning on doing it. Yeah, we've talked about doing it again as well, just like reversing the direction so our stops would be different. We've considering it. We have a number of things we're considering for our 4th of July trip this summer, and that's on the list. It might be an option. I don't know yet, but it was cool. Definitely enjoyable. Really, really like the CNO. Not that the Gap Trail is bad, but I'd really, really like the CNO. So Rustic too. I couldn't believe it. Again, that's a trail where I rode my old Marin on 2.1 inch tires, and I had like some commenters saying it was overkill. No, it wasn't. I mean, it's not off-road riding, but outside of DC there and stuff, as you get to Harper's Ferry, there's some rougher sections of the trail. I was comfortable on wide tires. Back from snow shoveling, did I miss all the maps? No, just some photos. George said Mogador Reservoir and Portage Lakes have about 8 to 10 inches of ice. You're good. Huh, I didn't even think about the Portage Lakes. I did see someone riding out on the Mogador Reservoir, though. Who was that? My buddy Jeff or Aaron? I saw someone post an Instagram story of riding out there. Again, not sure I have the. I don't know. I think too much. It's probably why I'm not great at like descending hills at like top speed. I just picture everything that can go wrong. So, and like we were just riding over puddles. Like, I don't know, 3 weeks ago, and a friend like sunk into a deep one that took him knee deep and water over his boots and all that stuff. So. That was Kingston. Not used to this. I'm not used to being caught up in the chat. Oh yeah, one thing I want to say, if anyone is, I think I put a link in here to this. If anyone's trying to de-zuck their life, I did join Blue Sky, and there's started to find some good bike content. There's all the I think almost all the pro teams are on there if you're into racing stuff, which is cool for me. But I found more of the alt cycling community joining up over there. So, number of people that are in the Discord, Lugs Not Drugs. So. If anyone's willing to check it out, I'm not giving up Instagram at this point or anything because just some of the connections I don't want to lose. But if a different app can gain critical mass that get off that stuff, I would like it. Blue Sky wouldn't have necessarily been my choice, but social media only works if your friends are there, and this is the one that people seem to be using. It does have an open protocol, but it's still owned by someone, and it still could be turned into whatever down the road. So we'll see. But yeah, check that out if anyone's interested. The other thing, we got a break. If anyone's interested, still do have the bandanas. You guys have been buying them like crazy, which is amazing. I'm not sure if I'll ever do another run in this color or if we'll switch it up. So if you want one, grab it now. Still really want to do an Edmund bandana. Edmund, like kind of the black cat, like that. I don't know. Still trying to think of like the text that would go on there and stuff. But I do like the Edmund riding a bike. Do I have that anywhere? Probably. Can workshop that idea. Where'd I put it? He just reached over and like told me to pet him while I was. He's like, "Hey, why'd you stop petting me?" I was looking up a picture of you. Chill out, dude. Oh yeah, something like along these lines. I don't know. This is my rough draft of an Edmund idea. Definitely the Black Cat fireworks kind of face, but I don't know why his tail's red. What else we got? That's all I have. I expected you guys to talk about metric temperature or something. I didn't plan on having to think about things. Still, oh, that's another thing. Drinking some tonight. My drink of choice is the original flavor of hop water. I don't mind it. A couple people in the Discord said they didn't like the original. I think I do. I don't know if it's my favorite, but I don't know. Still, like I said, I like it better than the NAs because it just doesn't taste anything like beer. So instead of having what I consider a bad beer, it's just a totally different thing. So, Bouncing Bike Life asked if I came up with the smiles over miles or smiles not miles. I don't think I did. I think I probably heard it somewhere. I know I first said it in a end of year video a couple years ago, but I think I heard it somewhere at some point, but I have no idea who I would give credit to on that one. But I'm sure it's just something people have said for a long time. It rhymes too well for me to have been the guy to invent it. Crickets, yeah, but yep. I hate the vids talking about the miles they traveled and how fast, and enjoy the ride instead. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I just covering ground at speed doesn't really matter. Like when I make a video like when I ride to Michigan, I definitely talk about you know where I'm getting, like roughly how fast I'm moving, just because people are gonna ask. People ask when we do a bike tour. They're always like, "How fast you guys ride?" And I'm like, "I'll go look at Strava." Because we're not trying to ride fast. We're not trying to ride slow. We're just riding. So. Uh, all that information's there. I mean, I've always linked to my Strava on like any ride, but when I'm riding along on a bike tour, talking to Aaron, talking to Ben, like we're not, the pace isn't the thing. We're all riding at the pace we feel like riding at. So yeah. That's not a bad idea, Donald. Plan for ice riding was to look for ice fishing shanties, ride out to them, and back, knowing that the ice was thick enough for them to walk out there. Yeah. Huh. I don't. I saw a couple people. I saw uh, guy Chris from Cleveland who comes down for some of the Akron rides. He was pulling like ice fishing stuff the other night. So I don't know if he was out on Lake Erie, or people going out on Lake Erie and doing that, because I know it does freeze too. So, but again, that's like one of those things that in a normal year, or a normal now year, you wouldn't be able to do. So Dimitri's going to make videos saying how slow he's riding and how long how long it's taking you to get there. Yeah, I was on one of Terry's streams the other day. I think they were talking about Safa Brian, right? And someone's like, "How fast is he?" And he's, "What the hell kind of question is that? Like, what do you mean? Like in a straight line on flat ground? I mean, that doesn't. That's a meaningless question. I mean, he's fast, but his whole thing is about descending mountains. So, you know, that's what he does. But I don't know. Speed and covering ground only matters if you're racing. And I mean, it doesn't mean you can't ride fast and enjoy riding fast. I ride fast, you know, with groups of friends, but it's just not the focus. It just means that I'm riding with people who, that's our mutual pace. You know, there's some people that we can cover ground with when it's just that group. So. Yeah, the first thing we're planning on is Gunk's Not Dead. That that's not a multi-day ride, but just heading out to do that ride. Then I think the first like bike packing thing that'd be more than a day for us will probably be like 4th of July time though. So we do a couple overnighters usually in the spring. We usually do one that lines up with the Swift camp out, which is around whatever is around the solstice. Just that one's always the same group of us just going out to a friend's property. And then Joy Machines up in Cleveland usually hosts an overnight ride. And so we usually do whatever their plan is. They kind of pick a state park, and depending on where it is, we'll just ride out to it. Last year they headed out our way, so we joined up with them on the way to it, and then we split off on the way back. So yeah, but multi-day actual like bike packing, bike camping stuff would probably wait till summertime. But do I have a favorite bike trail route in the eastern U.S.? So, just mentioning Gunk's Not Dead. I've shown some photos of that last week, I believe, or 2 weeks ago. Yeah, that Mohonk Preserve area, Shawana there's a number of names for it, but that is one of the coolest rides I've ever done. Just a day ride, but just absolutely stunning scenery. For like a long trail route favorite, I don't really know. I like everything. I like just trying different stuff. I love the CNO. Sometimes I want to do stuff that's more off road, but I don't know. Hard to say like an absolute favorite. Like I said, one of the favorite day rides ever was that Gunks area, though, in the Hudson Valley. Steve Peddle says, I want a fat bike so I can drag my. You want a fat bike so you can drag your ice fishing shanty behind you and walk a mile out onto Lake Huron? It'd probably work, right? If it's all ice. I mean, no idea. I've never even seen someone ice fishing in person. I don't know where. I don't know. Lake Erie is full of ice huts on the Canadian side. That would make sense. So, you want to race uphill? Yeah, bike cap. Yeah, I go both ways on that rock. Sometimes, like I really like the gear videos Pathless Pedal makes because it's more like the kind of gear that's up my alley. Even if I'm not going to buy it, I just find it interesting to see what's out there. Dustin Klein's gear videos are less interesting to me because I don't wear kit and I don't ride modern, like super modern bikes. I don't have electronic shifting or any of that kind of stuff. So I do like his bike ride videos better, just because my gear choices don't align at all with his. But I don't buy a ton of new stuff in general, as you guys probably know. But I do like seeing new small maker stuff more than anything. But he's really good at what he does. Don't get me wrong. He's really good at making engaging videos and all that. I just have a different, yeah. I don't have a bike that I bought new except for my 2001 Trek. So there's video evidence of how slow you are. Nice. Hey Joseph, how's it going? Yeah, we'll see. The towpath. Even if the snow melts off the towpath, it's going to be a while till the towpath is fun to ride because it just stays wet this time of year and it's so soggy. So my hope is more for the hike and bike and the Freedom Trail to be rideable because they're paved. Yeah, the towpath, as long as there's freeze thaw, it's pretty miserable out there. It's almost better when it has some fresh snow on it, I would say. I'll take this towpath with fresh snow over that 35 during the day because that's going to make it a mess. But remember seeing fishing huts on Lake Erie back on the U.S. side when you lived in the 90s. Yeah, and I'm sure. I mean, in very cold years, or especially like you said, some of those 90s winters were brutal. I remember like having school canceled just for cold for a number of days. Is that your Edmund drawing?
Nah, that's not what's supposed to be there.
That cat's way too small for that bike. I like his panniers though. That cat needs a step through. Classic triangle isn't working for him. 2 down tubes also, huh? Oh, you had AI draw this? Now I understand. Gemini.
I actually ended up with a decent one. One was actually really cool. I asked it to make it punk rock, and it made it too punk rock.
Oh yeah.
Like a leather jacket, studded jacket with a mohawk.
We could use right now a punk rock Edmund riding a bike. Bikes over billionaires or something could be the text. Huh, that's not bad. I need to workshop that one maybe. Wait, what is this in relationship to, Pudgy? If you need to name your bike company after a made-up place, you shouldn't have a bike company. Do you remember what that is in reference to?
No, I've been
Oh, you've been too busy trying to draw in Edmund. Mine was AI, but then I took it into Photoshop and tweaked it. You know, put a little bandana on them and everything, and changed the colors and made it a little more look like the Black Cat thing. That's the thing I find. It works if you keep prompting it. Take the one and then keep trying to, you know.
Yeah, well, I was trying to get it to do that, and then it would just come up with a whole new image. I don't know how to prompt.
I've never used Gemini's. I've only done it with Adobe's and what ChatGPT is called. So, hey, what's up, So Bear? How's it going? Gunks is not miss for anyone with an 8-hour drive. Lots of great people, routes, and camping. Community rock, see you all there. Yeah, nice. Yeah, like I have this folder up anyway, so I should just show it again. What it looks like out there. There's no reason not to. Wrong way. Yeah, just that. I know they have like more interesting like cuts to hit and stuff, but just the basic trails out there are just absolutely awesome. These views and everything are just, yeah, kind of feels like standing at the top of the world. And just like around every corner, you're like, the view couldn't get any better, and then it just keeps getting better. Yeah, it's a little. Good, take a look at that. Oh, nice. Wild Monkey, I'll find you on there too. Thrifty Frame. Speaking of blue sky, I think I found you over there, right? Also. That'd be crazy to ride on a lake as big as Lake Erie. I think too. Don't sometimes like the kind of waves and undulations freeze into Lake Erie? It's not like crystal like smooth. Like when I see people riding the lakes in Michigan, like sometimes it looks like you could see right through like the ice. But Lake Erie is. I think it'd be like crazy to ride it because it's like rough the way it freezes. The way I've seen it freeze in years past.
Right. Yeah. I don't know about waves, but it's definitely not like an ice rink.
Yeah. Oh, is this a 17-year cicada year here?
No, I thought that was last year or 2 years ago.
Now we didn't get that there was one 2 years ago.
There was
we didn't get that brood.
That double brood within the last couple of years.
Yeah, I worked at. Yeah, Cincinnati might have a different. You guys might be in a different zone than us. I don't know what you call it, brood, whatever. Because I worked at Blossom the year that they were really out, and that would have been 99 or something. So what 17 years had past 99?
16?
2016 would have been our last time, and then 17 years again. Yeah, I don't know. That's what's up, Eric. Yeah, that's kind of. Yeah, I don't know. I've seen those. Yeah, someone falls through the ice and they're trying to find the hole and they're freezing. Yeah. We just got a severe weather statement or special weather statement. Is it just fog or what did they got going on?
I'm probably gonna be.
Our meteorologists are working on providing more details. Then why? What's the alert for then? What good does that do me? Start time 9:08 p.m. to 12 a.m. What could it be?
9:08?
Yeah, it's 9:09 right now. No precipitation. I don't know what they're talking about.
Seems like a scam.
Yeah, bunch of bullshit. What are you taking pictures of over there?
Texting. I didn't get no alert.
Are you like, this is what I'm up to, girl? Just live streaming?
Oh, you know.
Oh, you know, just live streaming.
Why you... What WYD?
Gone riding at... Sorry, I just inhaled some of Edmund's hair. When you guys do your riding and camping trips, do you lock all the bikes together at night or something? Yeah, we usually just like we camp a lot in like state parks and stuff like that. So a lot of times just the picnic table or the tree or whatever. Where there's been nights where I haven't locked my bike at all, and some like when we were in Michigan, we were in the middle of nowhere. Locking my bike would have been
Jim
a
Underwood
joke, but
subscribes to the channel.
the most likely thing to steal would have been a bear. But you know, but yeah, and then when we mostly lock our bikes together is when we're bike packing. We're stopping in like a restaurant or you know just doing a stop like that. And then we just lean all the bikes together and lock them together because don't even need a place to lock them to because to try and take those would be a nightmare. But yeah, like I said, I'm at campgrounds. I'm not that paranoid, but usually just throw my little honesty lock around it to a picnic table or wherever that may be. So, but I mean, like when you're camping in a tent, if someone goes to steal your bike, you're gonna wake up. I mean, maybe you're a super sound sleeper, but I mean, when me and Dylan were camping in New York State last time, I mean, he heard the raccoons going through his bike bags and had to go out and stop them. So, you know, your bikes are usually pretty close to you. If someone's going to show up and try and steal your bike, they would probably need a flashlight to see it, blah, blah, blah. So I do throw a lock around it, but when it's sitting there locked up near my tent, I'm not paranoid about it at all. You know, you can hear everyone else rolling around on those sleeping pads, you know, you're going to hear someone who comes to try and steal a bike, especially that has a little bit of a lock around it. So. Feel the same-ish about Francis K vids. The bike tour stuff way more interesting than the gear gossip. I agree too. And Francis Cade was a racer, so they talk a lot about more modern gear. They sometimes do gear videos that are interesting too because they get sent random stuff. I usually don't agree with their opinions about them, but I'll watch a couple of them. But yeah, and gear vids get the views. If I do I made a video about flat pedals 3 years ago or 4 years ago, and that video still gets comments and views all the time, But it's not really what I want to do here. There's people who are good at it, so yeah. Tuna boat on the tuna boat. Love it when it gets so cold people don't hike and all the trails open up to biking. Yeah, I mean, I'll always take warm weather. I say that, but it is sometimes nice just to have all the trails to yourself. I know every year when spring hits, I'm like, who are all these people out here in my way and dogs and blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, but I'm not going to lie. I'll still take it. I'll still take warm weather. Cat needs a human to provide a shoulder to sit on. All right, see you, Dimitri. Probably see you tomorrow on Terry's stream. Today I had to work. I only caught a tiny bit of it, but... Oh, Rivendell, Grant Jap, gotcha. How'd I get so far behind again? Just rambling?
You're not that far behind.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Ronald, that's what we're talking about, making some stickers or bandanas with the cat. See about shirts after that. I think stickers would be first. Everyone says they would buy Edmund stuff, but I still want to test the waters on that. I thought we were boarding at the time you posted it. Gotcha. That all makes sense now. Carly said, Lake Erie used to freeze across and people would ski-doo over to Erie Pay from your side. Oh, interesting. Yeah, it makes sense. There was a couple years ago.
Wait a minute. You can't ski-doo on a frozen.
Why not?
Why wouldn't you just do it when it wasn't frozen?
Oh, well, I think they mean snow machines. Snow.
Oh.
What do you call those? Alaskans call them snow machines. What do we always call them? Snowmobiles.
Snowmobiles.
Yeah. Talking like Sarah Palin.
That's not a snowmobile. A ski-doo is a jet ski.
But I think Ski-Doo makes snowmobiles.
No.
What brand was the one we used at Boston Mills? I think it was a Ski-Doo.
Who knows? Kawasaki.
Kawasaki. Good point there, Christopher. Yeah. Ice on the pavement is scary enough. See this pop up in real life. Look. Yeah. Look at that.
It was a Google suggestion.
Yeah, all ski-doos, like all different kinds. That guy's getting after it.
Well, in that case, you could still American ski do when it's not frozen.
Ski-doo year-round. Oh, maybe it is a wind warning, Pudgy. Yeah, that would make sense. Weather alert, something will happen. Stay tuned. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Terry? Just Dimitri just left. He missed you. I was just saying to him that today's stream I only was able to catch a tiny bit of because I had portrait shoot in South Akron. Like, I think I only caught the beginning and then I had a roll. The Master Python lock, is that one of those like where they're like thin bars that fold together? Like I said, I don't carry heavy bike locks if we're not going somewhere like the city, New York or somewhere like that. I'm just not that paranoid. Not paranoid around here about my bike either. I mean, if it was going to be out of sight, like I'm going to see a concert around here, like a show in a bar, and it's going to be out on the street, then I'll bring one of my heavier cable locks. But in general, I don't worry about it all that much. So. Now you're looking up the jet skis.
Everybody's correcting me.
They're all correcting you.
Is it the same company?
Yeah, no, you can't ride the hiking trails around here. In Ohio, there are places like when we're out in Connecticut. There's a lot of them that you can ride, and I'm sure when you get out west and there's so many trails, it's probably a mixed thing. Even up in Michigan, there were some that are mixed, but yeah, like around here, it has to be a mountain bike trail. You can't go into the Cuyahoga Valley and ride the hiking trails. I mean, you can't legally. I mean, I've definitely done it, but plenty of times. Snow machines. Sea-Doo is the water thing. Ski-Doo is the snowmobile.
It's the same company.
I knew it was the same company. Yeah. A sled. Oh yeah, people do call it a sled. Yeah. Snow machine, snowmobile, sled, and no one ever calls it anything but a snowmobile around here. I'd only heard that stuff like later, right?
There is another word for it.
Christopher, you ride a Brompton, so you just pack the bike up and carry it with you? Yeah. You got yelled at for not saying on your left? Yeah, that's a thing. You should say it. Yeah. Ring a bell on your left. If you don't have a bell, just say on your left. It depends on where you are. If you are out on a rail trail, you should definitely give the on your left. If you're in I don't know, around here, that's definitely the etiquette to let people know you're passing. Also, I like when I'm zoned out when I'm riding on there, and if someone especially now with e-bikers, sometimes when someone comes flying by, I'm not prepared for it. It can be a little dangerous. I think when you're on really busy trails, sometimes people don't do it as much because it's just repetitive and you have to stay over. But yeah, on your left is pretty much etiquette. So.
You guys ride with bells?
Some of us ride with bells. I have I need to put it back on actually. Usually ride with one on the rally. I like the bell better than saying on your left constantly, but a lot of times ring it and say on your left anyways. But those really good ones really carry and they're really nice.
I really appreciate somebody hitting the bell farther back and then saying something when they're closer.
Yeah, then just saying it when you hit it farther back too, then you don't scare them as much when you come up on them. But yeah, some people will turn around and look offended at the bell, but it's like, hey, that's on you. You're walking. It's a bike trail. I also, like I said, I understand there's people who like walking on they're mixed use trails, but we have so many good hiking spots around here. If you're fully able-bodied, I just don't understand why you choose the bike path unless you live near it. I would so much rather go for a walk at Hampton or O'Neill Woods than on a bike path, but whatever. People are stupid.
Depends on the weather. I avoid it. I avoid them with the dog for sure. I think that's crazy.
Yeah, when people are walking with their dog all the way on the other side of the trail and the leash all the way across it, that drives me insane. That's just, yeah. Yell back single file to the walkers, yeah. Use a bell instead of saying anything, yeah. Yeah, and bells work better in congested areas for sure. I just wave. I just wave my heart to them. Yeah. Yeah, spur cycles are great. That's what I actually. There's one hanging behind me that I need to put back on one of my bikes. Maybe I'll actually put it on the Gunner, but Large got me for Christmas a couple years ago. But I took it off when I switched bars, and I keep forgetting to put it back on. So, on your left has been my thing lately. You know what's weird is when I'm on a, so I cross that bridge almost every day, like right outside the studio. And I don't ride on the road there because there's just no shoulder and cars just fly on it. So I just cross the bridge on the sidewalk. When there's someone walking on the sidewalk and I'm on my bike because my bike's not supposed to be on the sidewalk, that's when I'm like, what do I say? And I don't want to scare anyone. So I slow way down because I'm out of place. And then I say like passing or something like that. But I don't know if I've ever not scared the shit out of someone because they're just not expecting to hear someone. And this bridge is crazy high. It overlooks the gorge, where the Cuyahoga River is like way down at an ancient gorge. So it's always like, I always feel so bad. But it's you have to pass them. It's like you can't ride all the way across a bridge behind a walker. It's way too slow. But you bike to and from work tonight and saw 15 Uber Eats cars all double parked. Drives you crazy. Yeah. I know Terry was in here. The part of his stream I caught today was a car coming down the bike lane the wrong direction. So, yeah. I just say bike. I found that if you say on your left, they go left. Yeah, that is a problem with you say on your left and people will go the wrong direction. That's why I try and give plenty of room. But, yeah. Yeah, the headphone thing drives me crazy. If you're going to go walk or run on a mixed use path with your headphones on, you have to stay to the side. Then it's completely on you to stay to the side, you know. Again, I understand walkers are going to walk next to each other. I've walked on bike paths next to someone before, but yeah, you just got to be some level of aware. If you're going to put headphones on, you've got to stay over. Can you pull up that Python bike lock?
Python?
What was the full name of it? I wanted to see. You said it was light but strong and Master Python. Oh, who did I miss? That showed a comment that I did not see. Yeah. Bump the the headphone guys. Come on. Chat. There it is. Yeah. Daniel. Is one end Daniel? Yeah. Yeah, I've had that happen. I've been pissed. When there's been times where e-bike has blown by me without saying anything, I've been pissed. But again, we've talked about that before, that a lot of people who are riding e-bikes are newer to it and don't know the etiquette either. Try and keep that in mind, but man, you blast by people, that's so dangerous, and you don't know they're coming. So, they step right in front of you and they stop for a selfie. Yeah, yeah. Really, the bells we were just talking about are really loud. It doesn't mean they're always going to hear them with a headphone, but sometimes they will. Opening your headphones, best invention for being on the trails. Yeah, and then don't all those like expensive ones have pass through or whatever anyways, which you should have on if you're on a trail. hot stuff coming through. Two old guys on a bike. Yeah, 100% Dimitri. What? I have to show you how to maximize an image on Google eventually. I didn't know that's something I would. Feels like teaching my parents stuff over here. Tried teaching them about copy and paste. God, how does anyone live without that? Anyway.
I did it that one time, and now I can't figure it out.
Thanks, mountain biker boy. Yeah. See people in a car with full over-the-ear headphones? Jeez. What a weird way to live. Oh, there's the lock. Oh yeah, keys. I don't use. I have a couple friends like just. I don't want the wild card of having to make sure the keys are there. So I'm definitely a combination lock guy. But yeah, it does look like it. Yeah, you got a lot of room. That would be cool for like we were saying, 2 picnic tables and stuff like that when you're out bike packing. Because sometimes it's hard to get my lock around anything. But
Based on the search, a lot of people use it for like trail cams, tying it to the tree, locking it to the tree.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. This guy. During Reg Ride, you picked up the saying left side instead of on your left. People, cyclists, and runners seem to respond better to that. Left side. Yeah. And hikers with headphones going down a trail with mountain bike traffic. Oh, yeah, Greg, that would be. You're an idiot if you do that. I mean, you're just an idiot if you do that. I always wondered. There's a couple of mountain bike trails that you're allowed to hike on. Bedford? I'm just like, why would you hike there? I wouldn't want to hike somewhere where people are coming by on a bike on like a hiking trail. It would ruin the whole experience of hiking. Because I am someone who likes hiking too, so I don't really understand that. But
There's a few in Canton too. I can't remember the name of the park.
if you make redneck sex noises, people actually encourage you to pass them. Can you define a redneck sex noise? Oh yeah, sometimes you pass them with headphones and they act like they're stunned that anyone would ever pass them. It's like you're the one who chose to block the world out, and then things happened. Well, I use a horn that you charge and it's loud. There was a couple videos that were viral a few years ago of people like putting air horns on their bikes and just like blasting people in the way. There was a guy in the UK. I remember everyone passed that video around who rides bikes for a while. It was pretty funny. Just scaring the bejesus out of everybody. Mr. Natty, what's up? Said I don't use a bell. I have my manservant to run in front of me, clashing his cymbals. That does the trick. I just like that I like manservant. Seen a few dogs in baskets on the front with them barking. Yeah, that would work as well. Yeah. This was years ago, we were riding and someone had a speaker on their bike. I think it was Woody, Roach Clips. And this lady on the towpath, like, stopped and swerved into the way, and we almost hit her as we went around her. Then she yelled, well, if you guys didn't have that speaker on. And we're like, no, that's not how it works. We were behind you. You were in front. Actually, that made it so you heard we were coming. Like, what does that mean? I'll never forget that. Well, if you guys didn't have that speaker on, it's like, what? You wouldn't have been an idiot? Like, what is that? What does that even mean? $9:30. I think we're gonna wrap up for the night, guys. As I said, sitting here is actually starting to irritate my back a little bit. I need to get out of this chair. Again, hoping to get back out there. No plans for the next videos yet because I have not filmed anything, but I'm sure I'll have something to get some rides. But thanks everyone for joining. As always, fun chat, and yeah, see you next Tuesday.
Okay, bye.
All right.
Cause
Yeah.
this time I'm just kidding.
Fitzwater photo.